It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Come on, girls. Come on. A heartfelt call from restaurant owners trying to invite customers in. Look around. This isn't the China we once knew. Domestic consumption has collapsed to a terrifying level. 3 months ago in Kunming, at this same spot, the Jinbak Apple Store and the fast food restaurant behind me were still open. 2 rice dishes with 2 meats cost 12 yuan. Now it's 9.9, even 8 yuan in some places, but it doesn't matter. No one is buying. From beginning to end, there isn't a single customer in sight. Behind me, the kindergarten is closed due to staff shortages. Near my home, 2 kindergartens of the same size once operated. One has been shut for 9 years. The streets are quiet, stores are dark, and what used to be the sound of life has turned into silence. This is the reality of business now. We came today to ask for payment, but the factory is gone. The gate is locked, the machines are gone, and the workers have vanished. Everything inside has been emptied out. This year, doing business feels almost impossible. Even duty-free shops stand deserted. Restaurants that once thrived now echo with emptiness. Yesterday, I went to my favorite restaurant, the one owned by my old landlord. I arrived at lunchtime, 12:30 sharp. Not a single person was there. The owner sat alone, staring at the door, waiting for customers who never came. I looked around and wondered, should I close my own shop too? At the building materials market, even on weekends, there isn't a soul shopping. China's economy is collapsing. Hundreds of businesses have disappeared, and thousands more are on the edge. Physical stores are shutting down. Companies are going bankrupt, and millions of unemployed people wander without direction. Store owners cry openly, saying business is impossible to sustain. From top to bottom, every layer of society is feeling the same pain. The housing market once glittered like gold. Everyone rushed to buy, believing it was their future. Now, those crowds are gone. Last year, the night markets were packed. This year, they're half empty, some completely abandoned. A store of over 1,000 square meters just announced its permanent closure. The same scenes repeat across central Henan. Empty, silent, hopeless. Restaurants, bars, gyms, beauty salons, car dealerships, every industry is shrinking. Profits have fallen sharply, even for long-time business owners. Many have started to give up. Some say they no longer know whether to stay or leave the country. Everywhere they go, it's the same picture. Quiet, deserted, lifeless streets. A young woman said she graduated in June but still hasn't found a job. At Jinning's biggest labor market, workers gather at 5 a.m. Most are over 60, some even 70. You can hire a man for a whole day for 150 yuan. Another worker said, "I didn't get any severance pay, just my last month's salary." Out of 35 Tsinghua graduates, not one stayed in China. All went abroad. One mother said she never wanted her son to stay. He studied hard, pushed himself for 8 months, but in the end, he broke down. He was hospitalized from stress. When he said he wanted to leave, they told him, "Go to the police." Now in the US, he's created over 40 projects, each one his own. In China, that would have been impossible. Here, you sell your work cheap to one company, then another sells it for more. The leaders call it success, but everyone knows the truth. It's a system that forces talent to flee. Yet even abroad, those who left still carry heavy mortgages. Those who stayed live with hunger, debt, and despair. Imagine a 33-year-old woman, jobless and out of money. She borrows 10,000 yuan from her family just to pay rent, then another 1,000 for food. Her eyes tell a story that statistics can't describe, a story of quiet desperation. China's collapse isn't just economic, it's emotional. It's the collapse of spirit, of trust, of dreams. And it's happening silently, in every city, on every street, before our eyes. I've been running my little shop for 16 years, 16 long years of sunrise and sunset, of seeing people come and go, but I've never seen anything like this before. The streets are empty, the air is heavy, and the silence feels louder than any noise. A woman in her 50s walked into my store one afternoon. She pulled out a cigarette, wrapped it in paper, lit it, and took a few puffs before putting it out carefully, just to save it for later. I stood there speechless. What kind of life forces someone to save half a cigarette? Yesterday I said something online that some people can't even take a few dozen yuan out of their pockets. I got criticized immediately. People said I was tarnishing China's image. But that's the truth. Many can't even pull out 100 yuan today. Just because you're doing fine doesn't mean others are. Only small shop owners like us can feel this kind of pain. We face it every day. We see it in the eyes of customers who hesitate before paying, in the trembling hands that count every coin. If you run a shop, you understand. Once you deal with ordinary people, you realize how much they're struggling just to survive. Go to the countryside. You'll see the same. Elderly folks treat a few yuan like treasure, because that small amount might decide how they live through the year. I still remember my mother once bought 6 kitchen knives years ago. To this day, the seller has never returned to collect the payment. He said he would come back when the prophecy came true. That day never came. Maybe he went bankrupt. Maybe he just disappeared. No one knows. There were strange sayings back then. Walk slowly, watch carefully. In 30 to 50 years, rural homes will crumble into ruins, taverns will close, and no one will be left on the roads. Back then, we laughed at it, but now those prophecies are coming true before our eyes. In Shandong, unemployment and unpaid wages have spread like a disease. Nearly every company owes workers money. People can't afford to live. They have no cash. In Guangdong, small business owner Mr. Tan sighed. Before, we struggled to find workers. Now it's the opposite. It's the workers who can't find jobs. China's economy has been thrown into chaos. What used to be vibrant is now broken. The Chinese Communist Party has wrecked everything: the economy, people's livelihoods, and their confidence in the future. Streets that once buzzed with life are now ghostly quiet. Ordinary people are trapped in despair. Families are sinking under unpaid wages. Small shop owners cry in silence, and the young are leaving the country with no plans to return. This is not just an economic crisis, it's a collapse of trust, of spirit, of hope.
The company went bankrupt. 1 million a year, gone. The village is gone, the house is gone, everything has collapsed. The company was dissolved. You see, we can't even keep it running anymore. Gone, completely gone. My God, working 6 hours just to carry goods for 130 yuan. I thought no one would ever do it. What on earth has happened to this society? It's over. It's all over. Is this what we've become? A communal pot of misery? My God, it's Saturday, yet the streets are empty. How can anyone survive now? Life has become unbearable. If you don't work, despair will kill you. If you do, exhaustion will. What kind of life is this supposed to be? If you take a walk through the streets of Shanghai or Shenzhen at night, you'll see a different kind of city, one hidden beneath the neon lights. As the early winter wind cuts through the air, countless migrant workers curl up on sidewalks, wrapped in thin blankets or cardboard boxes. They came here chasing dreams, hoping to find work and build a better life. But the economy has crashed, factories have closed, and the jobs they once relied on have vanished. Now these streets have become their shelter, the cold their constant companion. In the world's so-called rising power, many are simply fighting to survive the night. Look, this is no longer about global investors returning to China's stock market. China's market now depends solely on its own people, not the world. During the New Year holidays, even Russian tourists came to visit. Isn't Russia still at war? Yet they can still travel. They say China's rise will reshape the world, that the world now depends on China. A developing China, they claim, brings confidence to this uncertain age. The world must look to China. You know that, right? Online, criticizing America has become the new traffic goldmine. Every post saying the US dollar is collapsing or America is falling apart explodes with cheers. But go to the US consulate. Those visa lines are longer than train stations during Spring Festival. Think about it. If America is so bad, why are so many desperate to go there? The irony is painful. People who curse the US online are secretly saving money for their kids' TOEFL exams. They shout America is doomed, yet their dreams point westward. I went running at 1 a.m., came back, ate a little, and started again at 2:30 in the afternoon. By 5:30, I was done. Picked up my daughter from school. After an entire day, I earned only 110 yuan. Sisters, it's too hard, really too hard. I don't even know what to do anymore. The cold cuts deep. I'm not trying to spread anxiety, but life feels so harsh now. Even job hunting is impossible when you have kids. China's economy is collapsing fast, far worse than anyone imagined. Industries are dying. People are breaking. Factories are closing. Stores are shutting down. And unemployment is everywhere. Millions have lost their jobs and still can't find work. They're crushed by mortgages and car loans, buried under millions in debt. Some can't even afford food, on the edge of survival. People cry out that life has become unbearable, while the CCP keeps insisting the economy is strong and America is the one in trouble. Can you find 10 days of work in a month? Someone asked. No, another replied. I can't find any. I just do what I can to stay alive. How much can you earn a day? 180 yuan, no meals included. Where do you live? Nearby, the weather's too cold. I stay close. A 53-year-old still searching for work. It's heartbreaking beyond words. Just look at the nightlife. You'll see the truth. In Changsha, KTVs and nightclubs are vanishing one by one. Once glorious places like Jinding and Furong Club, which made billions a year, are all gone. The once high-spending construction bosses and officials are barely surviving now. They can't collect payments, the economy is dead, and they've run out of cash. When they stop going to KTVs, the bars, the snack shops, the beauty salons, and even the fruit vendors suffer too. Look closer. An old man in Shandong pushed a cart full of pears he grew himself. Using every ounce of strength, he finally collapsed on the road. A passerby rushed to help, but his legs couldn't move anymore. His tearful face, filled with helplessness, breaks your heart. This is the reality of China's farmers. They must fight with every breath just to survive. It's been 3 days since I returned from Australia. Today I went shopping at a small wholesale market and saw a man sitting on the ground holding a cardboard sign. I'm sick and can't work. I have no money for food. Please, someone kind, buy me a meal. I asked if he had a phone for mobile payment. He said no. So I bought him a chicken roll. He smiled like he hadn't smiled in years. Later, on my way home, I saw another old man sharpening knives on a broken bicycle. After shouting, "Sharpen your knives," his voice cracked. He coughed uncontrollably. I gave him 10 yuan to sharpen 2 scissors. He had no phone, so I exchanged cash. He stopped shouting. His voice was gone. There are still countless people like this in China. People barely hanging on, waiting for a bit of kindness.
Section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.